Hello, everyone. This is our second episode of this new season here in the Student Conundrum. Today, we got an amazing guest, right? With us is Karen. And why don't we start by talking about you? Why don't you talk about your background, right? What do you do?
Sure. Okay. My name is Karan and I'm from India. I'm an international student. So I did my Bachelor of Science and then I did my Bachelor of Physiotherapy back in India. So it is a like 4 year, 4.5 year program in India. And then I almost worked for like 1.5 years um, as a clinical therapist in a hospital. And then I worked for like almost 6 to 7 months as a like clinical instructor in a college. And then I'm here.
Working as a physiotherapist, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think with the actual view of PR pathway here in Canada nowadays?
For healthcare, yeah, it's kind of same because it hasn't changed much, and like even after like sudden cut of the immigration, and they have drastically changed the policies for like other programs, but for us it's not that much changed. But
The
yeah,
healthcare industry is still not changed.
uh
I thought that it affected everything. Like that's just what I thought.
no, like it's still not changed. They are like nurses are still in demand, physiotherapists are still in demand. Yeah, like few programs like such as mine, because I took gerontology in this college. So as some policies of the colleges, like colleges in Ontario changed, so that's why they removed this program from the PR pathway.
Okay, so
Wait, so you mentioned gerontology, right? So the college is removing it as a PR pathway because I assume it's not an actual PR pathway according to IRCC, right?
It was back like 2 3 years back, because this program was specifically designed for nursing students. But as the college started inviting all the healthcare professionals in this program, so this became a little chaotic. So less jobs from this program, and then they they thought of integrating PSW program with this. So that's why they removed this, and now the college is thinking to make a new program which will integrate the gerontology and PSW.
I understand that for you guys in the healthcare field and our audience, whether gerontology, PSW might be very common terms, but just for the sake of maybe if you fit into someone else's experience, can you explain what PSW and gerontology is just so that they can like
Mhm. So PSW, it's like short form. It's called personal support worker. So they basically help the elder population, those who are in long-term care or nursing homes. They help them with the daily living. So they help them because they may be suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, or any kind of mental diseases, or they may be suffering from physical conditions. So they help them with daily chores like having their meals, so dressing them and making them walk in the corridors, and kind of like all the day-to-day jobs. We call them ADLs as well. That's called activity of daily living. So they even help them with that thing.
could you please tell us and the audience what could be those pathways that you have been planning for or that you got on your mind?
Mhm. So like from this program, we can directly like apply for the PNP programs, or we can apply for the express entry. So in the express entry, so I have two options. Either I can just work as PSW or gerontologist and apply from this program because this program still exists. So, or the better way is I write my exams as a physiotherapist and get my license, and that will be direct PR for me here.
so but you just mentioned that as a gerontologist, does this course that you're doing currently not lead to you being called a gerontologist, or like is there some kind of an exam that you got to give to like officially be called a gerontologist?
No. If I just complete my program, so I get my certificate, I will be called gerontologist because we are already graduate. Because I already have a
So
degree.
this course is like the certification for gerontologists.
Yes.
So, you, wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said the gerontologists have a pathway to PR,
Yep.
but the college is cutting out the PR pathway for gerontology because it's not a PGWP course. Like, help me make sense out of it.
Yeah, and maybe
Yeah, because
maybe it makes us think something that can be, well, the actual situation, right? Is that we are living in a post-pandemic, right?
yeah,
Where in some point in the history, healthcare was really needed.
this is my assumption. Like, because you specified this is in this college specifically, right? So, is it because maybe the college is getting lesser international students? They had to cut out funds from your course, even though it is a PR pathway aligned course. Is that like something that has happened, or I'm completely
That's a little
talking?
complex because complex and complicated as well. Because even the professors exactly don't know what's going on. So,
Okay.
like, if that was for our surprise, the pharmacy program, which was there like from past many years in our college, it's gonna be not there from next year. The pharmacy.
Wait. So you as an international student do not know what's going on.
Yeah.
The faculty do not know what's going on.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on?
Yeah, you know yeah, that's the real problem because nowadays we are facing a lot of uncertainties, right?
Yeah.
And it's really hard, and that makes me, well, asking this question. Uh, what brought you here, right? And if that things that you heard at first that make you, well, take this decision to come here to Sarnia, how does that change, right? So could you please
What do you
talk
always
about
come
that?
to Sarnia for this, or like there was like a completely different plan 1 year ago?
No, it was completely different plan because I didn't know where Sarnia exists and it was stuff.
Same. I think you as well, right? No. I got family here, so no. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
So
no.
did not want to come to Sarnia. None of us wanted to come.
No. Sarnia was my first option. Well,
Sarnia was your first option.
yeah, and it was my only option.
It should have been his first option. Because gerontology, there's an aging population over here. What do you want to do?
No,
Breaking old people's houses, buildings,
no. The fact is that
making a mall.
no, in a situation or in my family situation, you need to be with a support group, right?
Yeah.
And here I get family, and there is a lot of people from my hometown here that I know. So way that makes it fit as a good option.
Start from the beginning. 1 year ago, what happened that made you move to Sarnia specifically, and what was your path to just enter this country? Because out of all of the guests who we'll be talking to and throughout our podcast, I think one was who was over here in 2016, almost 10 years ago. Her experience does not apply to today's generation because we all know that after COVID, many new things also happened.
Yeah.
Similarly, you are someone who is right now in the present facing all of these. So, what happened 1 year ago that made you shift to Sarnia or like choose what you
Canada as a country. And okay. So, like, I was already working as a physiotherapist back in India.
Yeah.
So, but as a physiotherapist, our salaries are not that good. And because there are no government policies for physiotherapists, and the council is still yet to be made in our country.
Why Sarnia? Why the college? And why gerontology? Like, isn't that like a physiotherapy?
I was coming to that question. So the thing is because I always worked with old age population and like especially the stroke patients and the patients who need special attention from physiotherapists. So while searching online for the different colleges, so I was always looking for a 2-year certificate program. So only Lambton College was the college in whole of the Canada who was giving me a 2-year program, which was specializing me in like aging population. So that's why I landed in Sarnia, and that's kind of amazing, right?
Yeah. So that moves us to the next question is that how well prepared you think that you will be at the end of your course, right? At the end of your studies, right?
So that's a little difficult question for because we are still studying a lot of things, and the job market for gerontologists is not that good in Sarnia right now because a lot of my like the batch of 2023, they're still struggling to get job in Sarnia as a gerontologist, so they have to move out.
Yeah, but isn't Sarnia like a place for aging population? Like, that's at least what I understood.
It is a place for aging population, but the vacancies are very limited. So because they have one person to do multiple roles, so that's why they don't hire much. And because it is mostly funded by the government and especially the nursing homes, so the patient that the patient only pays like 60 to 70 bucks uh, for a day, and that does not cover gerontologist, or because that can be done by a recreational therapist. Okay.
So within healthcare, you mentioned ADL, was it?
Yeah, ADL.
You mentioned ADL, you mentioned PSW, you mentioned gerontology. Like, they are of course different roles. They have a different set of duties and responsibilities to carry forward.
Yep.
Now the thing is, I've heard that PSW anyone can get. Like, it's a certification, you just apply for it, and then of course you give the exam, and anyone can get. So I've also noticed that many people who are not from the healthcare background, they are going for this not only because the salary is high, but because it's giving you like a pathway.
Yeah.
How is that affecting people who have been in your industry since years? Like, you are a physiotherapist, you have been in the but for example, someone like me, I have a background in marketing. Like, I have nothing to do with healthcare. I haven't even worked in the industry. Like, I'm not even marketed any client that's in the healthcare industry, and still I'm eligible to give that exam. Is that true? Like,
No. So
no?
because if you are from a business background, you can go to become a PSW, but you need a 1 year like diploma program for that.
Oh, okay.
So like you can get job temporarily because you're still student if you get referrals. So you can do job for a year, but as you graduate, so you need to have a certificate. That's regulation from the Ministry of the Healthcare.
Yeah, but that doesn't that like steal away the how do I put it, the position of a PR? Like, out of all the applications, the PSW is going to be counted within the healthcare industry. Is like, doesn't that like, for lack of a better word, doesn't that steal a PR from someone like you, who is a physiotherapist and has always been in the healthcare industry?
Yeah. So they kind of, I would frame it like this: like they're not stealing a job. If I write my exam,
Yeah.
so I will be obviously on a superior end.
No, of course.
So, but if I don't do, I go from this gerontology pathway. So that will be kind of difficult because they have a better certification from us because it's a kind of a post graduation certificate. We are just specializing in aging population with my physiotherapy degree, but that is a separate field. So because there's a lot of shortage of PSWs right now, so that's why they're giving PR pathways to you, PR to all kids those who are doing it. Yeah.
That's messed up.
So you say that job opportunities are not that big here in Sarnia, right?
For gerontology.
For gerontology. Yeah. So what could be another options? Any volunteer experience? It is an option because at the end of the story, what you need is experience, work experience, right? to look for something better, right? How feasible is to get a volunteer?
Mhm. There are like two options. Either we go directly to the long term care home and do the volunteering, or the second option is as a gerontologist, we can apply as a volunteer role in Blue Water Health. So they have special volunteering roles, so which helps us learn about the aging population and how to deal and tackle the problems of the elder population. And they gave us special training. So as I complete that training, so obviously I'll get better opportunities, and whatever the job is that I can hold on that.
Do you think this course is giving you an insight into the culture and stuff of Canada to ensure that, oh yeah, what I knew back home won't apply over here? Like, is it preparing you for that?
Yes, definitely. Because we are learning about the Canadian laws, how the long term care works here, what are the expectations. And interestingly, we had an Indigenous navigator lecture yesterday.
Oh,
And so they gave us insight about how to deal with the Indigenous and First Nations patients when they come to us, and what are the problems they are facing right now, and what if we come across a patient who is First Nation and they want something different, which is not in the modern medicine?
so the major shift that you have to see from the Indian healthcare system to over years, what makes you have empathy and compassion back in India might not apply over here because over here the history is different. There is the indigenous population, as you mentioned. And so I think, is it mandatory for healthcare professionals to understand what has happened for you to be prepared to handle that kind of crowd? Because the aging population is someone who remembers that, right?
Yeah.
It has happened maybe in their lifetime. So it's like a huge deal, right? So do they prepare you for that?
Yeah, you framed the question really well. So the thing is, so it is kind of mandatory for every healthcare professional to know the history of the Canada, how it was formed, and what was done, and what kind of uh, atrocities and different kind of mental issues were faced by the First Nations. We are taught about the history, how they were like residential schools in which the Britishers, when the Canada was not formed, so they tried to kind of culturalize or Europeanize the indigenous population so that they can look same as the European population. So then the revolt started, and so the as Alvin this asked me, like, did the aging population do have those bad memories? So yeah, so we are not taught everything about their culture, but yeah, we should know the basic about what was done to these population. And like now probably next one they're gonna be powwow, so they're gonna discuss more about what happened, and we know the Orange Day. So yeah.
That will help you to focus more on your patient's needs, right?
Yes.
Because it will be a different approach,
Yeah.
and depending on
And because we are healthcare providers, so in every hospital, major hospital, just like this Blue Water Health, so they have a indigenous patient navigator. So in case we don't understand anything, we can just directly talk to them. They'll be our middleman.
I think that is actually very important, not only as a healthcare provider, but as a person, as an international student, an international immigrant coming into the country, and when your core job is tending to individuals of this country, I think that you need to not only understand the history, it's like you need to find the compassion within you, because healthcare is all about that empathy and understanding where the patient is coming from. And I think that is one of the major reasons why it has always been a PR pathway in some or the other form.
Yeah.
It has always been a PR pathway. Like maybe the points will go up and down, maybe the sectors or the specializations might change, but healthcare has always been one very important thing which Canada imports.
Yep.
So we're talking before that despite of being a city with elder populations, right? There are not a lot of opportunities, right? What do you think it's the main barrier here to find that opportunity or yeah.
Yeah.
So, like initially, when they opened the doors after COVID, so all these colleges they invited a lot of international students in the healthcare programs, especially the pharmacy, gerontology. So our last batch had like about 50 students, 50 to 60 students, and before that batch they had about 80 students. So, because Sarnia is a small city,
Yeah.
and so they cannot accommodate all the students when they graduate. So, there are just 7 of the long-term care homes here in Sarnia, and in whole of the Lambton County, it's not more than 15. So, either we have to move from out of the southwestern Ontario and move to a different city. If we want to accommodate, we should gain some special skills, such as doing some special volunteering.
Which kind of province or which kind of city is good for a person with your background? Like, which kind of a province should an immigrant in the healthcare field target? Because I understand that there are the provincial nominee program. Which is the specific province which absolutely needs these people and fast tracks your PR pathway?
Um, like if I talk of Ontario, it can be like very small towns near to the Cambridge, near to the Kitchener, and even I would not say like there are no opportunities in Sarnia or around in the Lambton County. There are, but we have to search. Like we can go to Petrolia. Petrolia has few nursing homes, and then we can go to Forest. So these are kind of good places to start with. And yeah,
Out of Ontario?
outside of Ontario, I would go to either Saskatchewan or Alberta. So these two provinces are really good. So because in whole of the Canada, because if you know baby boomers, so the baby boomers are getting really old. So they are about 80 years now. So majority of the population of Canada is getting old. So they need more of the healthcare providers. So I would go to Saskatchewan most probably if I wanna like get a PR.
For the PNP route?
PNP, yes. Yeah.
What do you think right now will be or is your pathway? What are you chasing?
Like, as you stand today with all of the changes, I know that 1 year ago they changed quite a lot of things. And today, everything is changed. It can be changed tomorrow. When you graduate, when you have to apply for BGWP, something completely different. You never know. They might need video game beta testers more than healthcare professionals. I don't know.
Yeah.
But as you stand today with all the knowledge that you have today, which you now definitely you kept yourself updated 1 year ago as well, right? When coming to the country. But what do you think has changed and what is your steps going forward as you stand right now as an international student about to graduate?
So the most difficult thing for the like students like us is right now we after we graduate we don't know what kind of job we will be getting. So because back in India when I was planning everything, I knew that after doing gerontology program I'll get secure at least one small job. But right now, because a lot of students came before us, so it's getting difficult. But yeah, as Alvin asked, that what other options do I have if I don't know what's gonna happen after I graduate? So I've started preparing for my license exams. So that is the most solid thing which I can go with, because if I write my exam, if I get my license, it's a clear-cut pathway to PR.
And what is the process on that licensing?
Equivalent to nursing, because nursing also has to get the exam. So even if they're internationally educated, so they have to give NSLEX exam, the same as with physiotherapist. So initially it used to be PCE, that is physiotherapy competency exam. Now they changed that thing to Canadian Physiotherapy uh, Canadian Physiotherapy examination. So that is like a 5 hours long exam, single exam.
5 hours.
Written.
5 hours written.
2.5 written, and then half hours of break, and then 2.5 hours of oral component. So it's a single day exam, online exam. So they recently changed. So from January, so it's gonna be completely online exam. So, and they used to do some recreational programs or the gerontology program. They used to get the PR easily from these programs. Then they used to prepare for the licensing exams.
After they get the PR.
After they
Because
get the
now they
PR.
are secured a spot in the country and now they can pursue that career.
Yeah, but now it's kind of getting difficult for us because my program is out of list as PR pathway. So now either like what my classmates were planning, either they'll do the PSW program again, uh, or they'll shift to other programs, or they may change the province. So we're still in limbo.
What I'm most confused about is the contradictions in every single thing you have said today. You mentioned that gerontology is a required field and it's a good field to be in for a PR pathway. And then you said that the college cuts that out as a PGW.
Yeah.
Then you say that
Not exactly PGWP, because they have closed the program. So right now,
yeah,
the people who are still in gerontology, they'll get the PGWP. But
yeah.
from next year, there's no
Yeah, and just to show you the kind of this is just like a glimpse of how volatile the entire situation is. You also mentioned, and we all know, there is a requirement for healthcare professionals in Canada. And still you mentioned that finding a job over here is so difficult for a healthcare professional. So it's like we need people.
I would
It's not the way. How does someone navigate that?
I would not say for all the healthcare providers.
Okay.
It's for the professionals who have, like, who are over educated. So nursing is not over educated. So if you are MD, a doctor from any country, or physiotherapist or occupational therapist, you are considered overqualified. It's kind of difficult to get job for us, but if you are from nursing background, you did PSW or something, you'll straight away get a good job. So it's my perspective why I wasn't unable to get the job. It's not the whole healthcare scenario. Because in my class, there are nursing professionals who did their nursing from back in India or in Philippines. So they were doing the job from the day two when they entered the college.
Oh, so one of your setbacks is that you're qualified.
Yes, I'm overqualified according to this country, because yeah, so either I need to write exam, or I need to show them that I am equally capable of doing the PSW.
But the very fact that you're overqualified means you are already capable and you're doing more.
Well, you have to give an example to show that you're not capable enough. But we talked about something important before. Yeah. In that requirements, maybe,
Yeah.
is that you need to understand the culture. You need to understand the context where you are going to work, right? Because it's something that it's really important, right?
Yeah.
Because you're having the life of your patient in your hands, right? So I think that's one thing that it will make it harder some way, right?
Yeah.
So what will be your final thought? If you could talk to Karan from 2023, what would you say to him?
So I would say just wait for another 1 year and prepare for the license exam, give the exam from that country, and then come back here as a registered licensed physiotherapist. So that would be a better option than studying here and just to enter into this country. So even if you are from a nursing background, I would suggest just give the license exam from your country and then come here.
So at the end, you need to enhance your profile.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So you're saying that it's much more sensible to give these exams even as your PSW or physiotherapy exam, like either prepare or give it while you are not in Canada.
Yes, because it's possible.
Once you're in Canada, it becomes more difficult, not only because of your lifestyle. Of course, now it's very difficult as an international student. Just that by itself is very difficult because you have studies, you have assignments, you have college, you have your part time because you need your survival, right? All of this is already difficult. I don't think you can dedicate time to licenses and studying for exams. Just for our audience out there, which is the exam which you're talking about, to like you are preparing for an exam, right? Which is the exam that you are preparing? You specifically.
Okay, so I am preparing for CPTE, that's Canadian Physiotherapy Examination.
Okay.
So that is the specific licensing exam for physiotherapists in Canada. Everyone, whether I'm internationally educated or I'm a Canadian student, I have to give that exam so as to get the license.
So in a long term or doing a financial analysis, it will be cheaper to do what you said before, right?
Yeah.
To prepare from your
And not only that, I think even if you're gonna come over here and give the exams, you should not only prepare for your international funds. I think that's what advice you want to give people who want to plan today, is that prepare financially for these things in advance.
Yeah.
And don't expect to save it up over here. Not because it's not possible, but because it's not going to be easy compared to back when you were in your country.
Yeah, there are a lot of things on the plate.
it will be better to have a good preparation, right?
Yeah, before you prepare everything before coming, because once you get out of touch, so you lose a lot of things.
Karan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For being here. Yeah, for helping us. But I got another invitation for you. For next episode, we're planning to have someone from the healthcare industry that is gonna give us some tips, some stories from the pathway, and we'd like to have you. We can discuss about what we are going to learn about that. So at the end of every episode, before we're doing this. So this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Thank you.